Hi guys, just thought I'd do a quick video today. Just a quick tutorial on a question that I've seen asked loads of times, and I've quite a few different answers, but this is probably one of the cheapest and quickest ways of coming up with this, is how to make a wet palette when you're painting. I tend to find one of the easiest things to do is get yourself a plate. It doesn't have to be particularly big plate. I just use a side plate, standard side plate. A J-cloth or dishcloth, whatever you want to call it. I just use one of these cheap nasty ones. You get for about 20 for about £1.50 or something, stuff like that, maybe even cheaper. But you only need one, it won't last you for ages. You also need, which I've got pre-cut, some baking paper or baking parchment as it's sometimes called. The good thing about this is it will absorb a bit of the water, but it won't let it seep through to the top too much, so it doesn't dilute your paint. But it does keep the paper damp, which therefore helps to keep your paint wetter for longer and stops it drying out. All you need to do, basically get some water and give it a good soak. Just let it sit through for a bit. As you can see, it's seeping out to the sides. This is fine. Just touch it, still a bit wet on the side, inside the centre, so it's tipping out to the sides. And then once you're ready, make sure your hands are dry on the top. Lay your paper on the top, and as you can see, if you've got it reasonably wet, it instantly adheres, but you'll feel it's completely dry on top. But it'll be damp, so when you put some of your paint on, here we've got Vallejo Model Air gun. Put a bit of this paint on there. Let's get my old stirring brush. Let's mix that paint up. And as you can see, it stays nice and consistent on top. It's not getting the water leaking through from underneath, although it's really wet underneath. The baking paper sort of stops any moisture coming through other than what you need just to keep it damp, which is great because it means it doesn't dry out. It means that paint that you pay a fortune for wherever you get it from at the end of the day, because even though it's a bit cheaper from Vallejo and you get more stuff in it, and same with all the other places compared to GW paints, it still costs a fortune. And this will just help you keep it sort of damp so you can work with it for a lot longer. I tend to find something like this will keep for at least 12 hours usually, if you've got a bit of paint on there and you've got your wet palette damp enough. And the good thing about this is you haven't got to worry too much about it drying out. It dries out, that's fine. The good thing is you can just whip this paper off when you've filled it up, or you're finished with it, or when the paint's dried. Put a completely clean piece on top. Re-wet your J-cloth underneath. Some people use a sponge or one of those thin sponges, but I find the J-cloth works perfectly well. And you're good to go for a while. Okay guys, I hope that's helpful to you. Please comment, rate, subscribe, and anything else you've got to say, leave it, or anything else that you want to see, leave it in the comments below and I'll try my best.